Hello, welcome to the Shumpcast. I'm Tony Shump, Ralph now.
Hold on a minute, after I start. No,
Oh,
no. Huh?
well,
We've got Burgess coming on the show. Ray Burgess. He was on Countdown. He was on all those shows. Young Talent Time, Johnny Farnham.
Ray Burgess.
Knows Johnny Farnham. His band was with Johnny Farnham.
Yeah, anyone from the Countdown era is
Countdown. He was in the first colour show of Countdown too.
First colour show.
First colour show.
Yeah,
He was one of three people to ever compare Countdown.
Oh, really?
One of three, yes.
Well, I don't know. We have to ask him that because some of your info can be,
I know.
where you get it from.
But wherever he was, set me up.
Let me tell you how a story about Countdown. It was so big, Countdown, that I just started playing in a band, right?
Yeah.
And it was a guy in the neighbourhood called Frank Timpano. He was a bit
Frank
of a skippy
Timpano.
guy. Anyway, he comes into this rehearsal. He's a bit of a guitar player, but he couldn't really play. And he's trying to sell off this guitar lead.
Yeah.
And it was a rainbow guitar lead, rainbow.
Yeah.
And we're looking at him, go, oh, wow, it looks pretty good. And he's trying to sell it to us, And I said, oh, yeah, cool. How much you want for it? And this is back in 1975, 74. He goes, oh, $20. We went, $20.
That's a lot of money back in them days.
$150 today's money. He goes, why is it so expensive? And you know, he said to me,
what?
It's been on Countdown.
Let's get him on. Let's get him on.
We'll get him on too.
Without any further ado.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Ray Burgess, everybody.
There we go.
Welcome to Shumpcast, Ray. Welcome to Shumpcast.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on.
Still alive and well.
You go back a long way, sort of
I
thing.
do, mate,
a long way, and it's a privilege to have you on. Now, basically, it all started on Red Faces for you.
I don't even remember that.
You don't?
No, that was probably after Daryl stopped talking to me.
Oh, right, okay. So how did it all start? I mean, according to
in the good old days, it was called New Faces. Kevin Dennis New Faces, which was on Channel 9. Various hosts. I think Bert hosted it in the end, but a guy named Frank Wilson. I was playing in band around Melbourne, and through a friend of my dad, he said, you should get this kid on this show. And I think I came 1969. I came runner up to John Williamson, so I couldn't catch the Emu.
John Williamson.
Drew Blue. That's it, mate. That's it. Yeah, good bloke. And through that, I got offered a number of different agencies. Said, you can come and sing for us, and I got a phone call from an old English teacher at Clayton Tech, from Clayton Tech, all those years ago. Doesn't exist anymore. And he said, I'm putting the band together, and so we formed a band called Red Time, and in a very short time became John Farnham's first backing band.
Unbelievable, Red Time.
Yeah, so that was in about 1970, I suppose. So I probably gave up my job in the bank about that time, about 1970, and probably haven't done anything. Oh, yeah. Here's the gag. When I left the bank, and my dear mum, who's now passed, kept everything, and I found my pay book from the bank, and I was on $32 a week. For Bank of New South Wales, big money.
Big money.
And at the same time, working 7 nights a week in the Courtham Hotel, Dennis Smith's hotel circuit in Melbourne, I was getting, as an 18-year-old, $100 a week. So I went 32, 100.
Not bad.
All those good-looking chicks chasing you. I thought it was better than counting money.
And you had the beautiful hair.
Oh,
yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, look. So we both went to the same barber.
I used to have curly hair too, but I loved yours because it was wavy. Wavy hair. Yeah, it waved its way off. Yes, waved goodbye.
Next door neighbour had your pin up there of a TV Week in the garage, and you had the beautiful hair, and I was my hair, and I said, get that off, But anyway, that was good. Yeah.
Touch Me solo.
Was it?
Yeah. And do you know what? I was very lucky. Very quick story about Touch Me. I was working out of the offices of Johnny Young and Kevin Lewis, who were making Young Talent Time. And I was doing solo cabaret shows with a nice striped jacket and a straw boater. And my manager rang and said, listen, I've just heard this song on the radio. from Casey Kasem's American Top 40. And
American
what do you
Top
reckon?
40?
Yeah. Would you consider recording it? And of course, I'd never imagined I could have a recording career, and so it could have been Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I would have said, yeah, let's do it in the studio next week. We didn't have a recording contract. We went to John Young and said, played him the song. If we do this song and we pay for it ourselves, would you release it on the Alan Y label at Festival? And he said, yep, love the song. We went and did it the following weekend. And they said, and this was mid-December 1974. Said, don't do it now because every man and his dog releases a song at Christmas and you'll just get swallowed up, disappeared. I said, I don't give a shit. It's going to be my record. If it's the only one I ever have with my name on it, I'm doing it now. And we did. And through a fantastic DJ named Mike Drayson at 3XY, they picked it up and started playing it on Christmas Eve, 1974. And it just went. So as Christmas comes, the radio station at that stage locked in their top 40 playlist right through till the end of the school holidays. So it got high rotation for 2 months, and it got to number 3, I think, in Melbourne. And at the same time, Countdown started, and I was on the first one for 1975. The first
Countdown, you was that.
That was great.
And it was, and the whole country watched that first one because it was in colour. It was the first coloured broadcast.
Was that the first colour one?
Yeah.
First colour.
Like
Is that why you wore that satin shirt? Was it a satin shirt? Because you always used to have
it was a beautiful multicolored leather jacket made from all different stripes and stuff.
Something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm very lucky because that color episode is the only one of until recently discovered of all the countdowns that I did in those 4 years' time that survived, because they used to record it on a 2-inch videotape reel.
Oh wow!
When they did it on a Saturday after, go live on Sunday night, they'd record it and they'd use the video reel to play the replay on the Saturday, and then they'd record over it again the next week. So for years and years, they were all lost. All those episodes gone out the window. But because it was the first colour one, they kept it. So lucky. And you go into every household in the country, prime time, mum and dad, kids sitting around going, "Who's in the top 10? Who's in the top 10?" So
Right,
it's unbelievable. Man! Go and buy another one.
Yeah. So Ray, so you grew up in Melbourne or Sydney?
I grew up in Melbourne. Melbourne boy from Clayton South.
Clayton boy.
Clayton South Primary School and Clayton Tech.
And you got hacked, didn't you, in 2020? Was that you? You got hacked on Facebook?
Oh, probably. But not to mine. Oh yeah, hang on. My wardrobe lady has just come and it said, guess what?
Oh wow!
The Countdown jacket. It doesn't fit me anymore.
Is that the first one you wore on Countdown?
That's the one on the show. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look, I dressed up too. But
my mother kept everything.
Actually, it is my mum's too.
Wow.
Okay.
We should auction
well,
it
I
off.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything.
Why don't you auction it off?
Nah, too precious. Hand it down to the family.
Oh yeah, you've got a daughter. Yeah, I have. Got a daughter who was in High Five or something.
Yep, she's a great singer, and she's just presented. She's just presented us with her first boy. We've got a new grandbaby. His name's Billy.
Congratulations! What are you, granddad? No, what?
No. What am I? Poppy.
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 Yeah. So
yeah.
Let him go. Oh, he's talking about his beautiful grandson.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray.
No, I gave him.
Jumped in.
He slobbered all over my face today. It was magnificent.
Beautiful.
Oh no,
Oh,
loving it. Loving it.
Yeah, it's the best. Yeah.
So
Tony,
your first
your turn.
album, your first album. What was it called again?
Not So Pretty.
Yeah, Not So Pretty. Yeah, and that was produced by Ross Wilson.
Ooh.
It was outstandingly produced by Ross Wilson, and probably at the time he put most of the song choices together. Touchy was included. He did a remix of that, and the guys that played on it A lot of those were eventually to become Joe Joseph and the Falcons.
Joe Camilleri.
Yes.
Absolutely. Joe played sax on a song on that called Hot Cookie. And we've often had discussions about that in the ensuing. And he said, I didn't do a very good job. You're kidding me, mate. It's legendary. And Ross did it. And to this day, I mean, it's, 50 years old or something now.
Now 50 years.
It's I always say with that album, I was the weak link because the musicians were superb, absolutely superb. A lot of those songs, as probably hard-ass rock songs, they still hold up today.
But it's very well recorded. I had listened to it today. I turned it up in the car there, and it's very well produced, very well done. The song.
Yeah, well,
I think it was a bit ahead of
Ross
its time.
Ross is a genius.
Well, Ross,
well, look, it didn't. I mean, we had hit singles, but that album didn't sell overly well. Probably because at that stage I was a pretty boy pop star, and that's really more of a hard-assed, rock and roll band album, if anything.
Actually, you were too polished to be like a rock, grungy.
Nah, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but
well, you look polished. They polished you all up. You were all
they
nice
did indeed.
Yeah,
but it was and the cover of the album got a lot of comment because it's like a negative, and I had to put black eye makeup and all this stuff on face. But it was an idea that was pinched. I mean, everything's pinched. You guys know that. There's an album that Daryl Hall and John Oates did called Sarah Smile, and it's almost a replica of what they did for that cover. Wow. It's like a negative thing. And we went, wow, look at this. This is progressive. This is American. This is different. So we did the same sort of thing. And I mean, the songs hold up for themselves, and maybe the marketing wasn't too good. We didn't want to be continuing on down the road as a pretty pop star. All music that I'd loved up to that date had all been pretty hard-assed. So that was the road that we wanted to take the career. And you're at the mercy of radio stations back then. If they didn't pick it up, you're gonzo. But I was lucky that I probably had 4, maybe 5 charted songs over my career, which is not too bad. I have no regrets about, ones that did work or didn't work.
Did you do a cover of Gloria?
I did, yeah. Yes. That's followed me around all my life. How that came about when we did the second album, we wanted to do a couple of covers. I did Black is Black and I did Gloria. And we went to Stan Rofe, who was the program manager of 3XY at the time, and he was very generous in his wisdom to up-and-coming and young Australian artists. And he gave us 3 songs. If we were going to do a cover version, he said, every time we play these songs, the switchboard lights up. So you pick one, and if you do it, don't make it wildly different to what the original was. So with Gloria, we sort of tried to stay true to the Van Morrison version, use great players, Tony Naylor, guitar player. Yeah, absolutely. And just your recording techniques take it a bit higher than the old one, but stayed with the original. And I mean, I finished off shows with that song for years, and you get them standing on the table and waving their arms in the air and singing. It's just such a great rock song to involve people. Yeah. Lucky. Another lucky choice.
So Tony Naylor, the guitar player, he was famous for that Stratocaster, like a zebra guitar, remember?
It's called Old Stripey.
Yeah, that's right. And
he still uses it. Well, he was Tony Naylor was in at that stage a band called Avalanche. Way back when.
Avalanche.
But he's best known for his work with Brian Cadd in the Bootleg Family Band.
Family.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to ask you a question now. I've got to ask you a question.
Cool.
Blankety blanks. I love Graham Kennedy. He was my hero. Did you meet him?
I did. I spent a lot of time with Graham. I did. He was somewhat of a recluse because he had in real terms he was actually quite shy, but incredibly talented. I was lucky enough to do with Red Time. That's the band that we work with Farnham. We did it in Melbourne Tonight in black and white TV with him. And then when I was solo, he invited me onto the new in Melbourne Tonight. And then when Blankety Blanks came out, I'd moved to Sydney, and they filmed it in Sydney. And they used to put, I think had about half a dozen of wee pop stars that would sit down the front on the right hand side of camera. Myself, John English, John Paul Young, Trevor White, all those guys would go down. And we do 6 or 7 shows on a Monday night, back to back to back to back to back. And he looked like he was just casual, but everything was rehearsed. He was such a polished performer. Yeah, he made the. You remember the show when they had the floor manager was Tony the Moustache Twirler.
Yeah, Tony the Moustache Twirler. Yeah.
And Tony said to me, he's there and he's got 4 cameras, and Graham would be working, and the arm would go over, and any normal person follows the finger and goes to that camera, and Graham never did. He said he knew where the camera was coming on, and you'd see him do lots of quick like that, and he'd get it right as it changed. He was just bloody brilliant.
He was a freak, wasn't he?
Yeah. He was brilliant. Nobody before and nobody like him since. A lot of people tried to copy, but genius.
No one can.
And on that panel of Blankety Blanks, a lot of those old guys, Noel Ferrier,
Uncle Dave, Ugly Dave Gray. Did you meet him?
Ugly David Gray with it. Dick did. And Barry Creighton, Stuart Wagstaff, all those guys were all professional. Oh yeah. Old professionals.
Did they make you laugh? Did they make you laugh?
Constantly. Constantly.
When the camera wasn't on as well.
The funnier bits, which were more rude than could go to air, when you were recording a show, because it was a live audience, and they would just keep that repartee going, and the people were pissing themselves laughing, and then it'd come back and say, all right, we're back. Yeah. Dick did.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. I mean, look, through that whole period when I sort of started and the people I was lucky enough to work with, it doesn't seem to happen anymore. There's no television. You can't.
It's not live anymore.
I used to go on almost, you had your Blanketies, your Celebrity Squares, your nighttime Don Lane shows, Mike Walsh shows.
Oh, Don Lane show.
Every week you could be selling yourself or your product or where you were performing on a national TV show. Now
you're on Young Talent Time too, weren't you?
Absolutely. And because I mentioned before, we were working out of Youngie's office. When John went overseas at one stage, and there's only 2 people that ever hosted the show other than John. One was Ronnie Burns, and the other one was me.
Ronnie Burns.
Did you host it?
Yeah, and he came and asked me, and I said, this is live TV watched by 5 million people on a Sunday night. I'm going to be...
Yeah, that was big,
be a little daunting. But he taught me a lot. He said, at no stage we had cue cards up alongside the camera. There was no auto cue. They'd draw it in big text so what you say next. And he said, you're doing it. He said, if you stuff it up, tell them. Be honest, look down the camera and tell them you stuffed up, and they'll forgive you. If you try and fudge it, and when you say doing it live, you can't be going, can we do that again? No. No chance.
Yeah.
So John was a great mentor for me for the career that followed on with, the TV programs that I did, the Flashes program on the ABC, which was live, to say, this is how you do it. Be yourself, just relax, and don't try and bullshit them.
Yeah.
And you were nominated for the King of Pop at one stage.
Ooh, King of Pop.
Yeah, that bloody Darryl Braithwaite, he was just...
Daryl
Braithwaite.
2 years. 2 years. No, that was... Wow. I think there was about... I think there was the nominees. There was about 4 or so of them we were nominated. Not because I was successful for those 2 years. I was in there, but I mean Sherbet and Darryl were so
horses,
mate. And he's a bloke. He's a great bloke, Darryl, and still making fantastic music,
Yeah.
So, but just I always felt just to be in that bracket. I mean, I'm a kid who grew up with a dressmaker mother and a carpenter father.
My mum was a dressmaker too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mum, Dad worked as he was head of staging at the ABC, so he used to make the sets for Bellbird and Countdown, and Mum worked in the wardrobe department. So I'm a humble kid from southeast Melbourne, and then suddenly I'm on TV with all these people that I've looked up to and gone, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, Normie Rowe, I met at Channel 10 probably 45 years ago, and we're still great mates, you know. So those, I'm seriously honoured to be associated with those people, you know. And
you've been around, man. Like, you know them all.
Oh, very impressed.
You know them all.
Well,
I'm very impressed.
Not too many of the new ones. I gotta tell you.
Are you still doing any music?
Yeah, I do occasionally if I want to. I'm about to. I'm about to turn a bit over 70, so I'm comfortable in my lot.
You go for Essendon. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
You
poor bastard. Come on. Sorry.
I know. You beat me to it. But so hang on. One of you barracks for Carlton, do you?
How did you know? How did you know?
Because I
mean, I repeat what you said.
I know. But we did beat you, didn't we?
Just yeah, I know.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice. Anyway, let's not talk about. Take your head off. I mean, let's not talk about.
There's another. I don't know whether you've seen the clip on YouTube. I went to the States in '77, and we did a whole lot of international artists interviews, and we finished up catching up with what they called the Gumleaf Mafia in Los Angeles, which was Billy Thorpe, Brian Cadd, Russell Morris, Darryl Cotton, Steve Kipner, and Brian, and they were all living on the bones of their ass because they couldn't get a green card. Yeah. And they used to go to these pubs in the afternoon because they put on half price drinks and free food, and so that's where they'd get a feed. They were doing it tough, and so Brian and Steve Kipner wrote this song called "The Happy Hour Brigade." And you can see it on YouTube. And we recorded it, filmed it, and it still comes up on Facebook all the time going, wow, look at all these guys. You know, who's that bloke in the back? And I go, it's me.
Is that you? With Brian Cadd and all the famous singers and musicians.
Yeah, I was, again, blessed. I mean, I don't know whether you got tickets to go, but Russell Morris is doing his final farewell tour.
The real thing,
absolutely. I think they've got three at Hammer Hall. I don't know whether they're sold out. We're going to, I think it's 7th of September, going to the Opera House, and Rusty's been a mate of mine.
Good. Yeah.
Oh, stunning! He's got like a 15-piece band. If you get a chance, don't miss it. It'll be one you'll never forget.
His last ever,
That's it. Yeah.
Last ever tour.
See, Brian's now not well. Glenn Shorrock is still doing shows, but is 80, and Rusty, I think it's about 78, still singing at the top of his game, and says, "I want to go out now before the cracks start." And he said,
before
I've done every gig that there's ever had in Australia. He said, I've been there 3 times. So he said, I now want to have a bit of a life. He'll do selected ones. But not on the road 24/7, you know. Yeah. And he's fantastic.
He's got to enjoy his family.
Yeah, I suppose.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's the road ahead at that age is much shorter than the road travelled. So it's and you don't know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
So celebrate it and be smart about it while you can.
Yeah. And you've got 6 cats and 4 dogs. I knew you were a good bloke.
I've got no animals at all. I've got none.
You haven't got 6 cats and 4 dogs?
No, mate. No.
That was Eggy. Sorry, our researcher, right? I always say to him, give me a nice little thing that I can get the guy with, because he's a great researcher.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you did too. Oh.
It's a denim. It's a denim boy.
Yeah.
Okay. But did you make that?
No, I don't know. I don't know where we came, but I think my daughter gave it to us because she's got 2 dogs and we didn't have one. She's the singing daughter.
Okay. Eggy got me. Werribee Whisperer got me. He goes, ask him about his 6 dogs and 4 cats.
We
pay good money.
We're paying good money too.
Do you? Well, see, I'm allergic to cats. So
Okay.
many years ago, when we were working with John, I think John and Jill had just got married in Melbourne, and they lived at
Farnham.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we went over to their house, and they had 2 chinchilla cats. Right?
Oh,
The big
wow.
white fluffy ones.
Chinchilla.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful.
yeah. Oh, nice.
I lasted about half an hour before my eyes started to run and my skin started to scratch.
Oh,
And
that's like Hanny.
So I go,
Hanny does
see ya.
that.
Got to go
Yeah.
home. I'm crying. And the
Yeah.
cats.
Yeah.
So no cats. No cats.
Hey, have you seen Johnny since his operation?
I haven't seen him for probably 10 years.
Okay.
We used to catch up a bit, but
Yeah.
if you read his book or
Yeah.
listen to the podcast, after Whispering Jacket became so big and it was so stressful. He writes in the book that he said my wife would go to the supermarket and present the credit card, and they'd go, "Oh, are you related to him?" And just so they became very reclusive, and of course, and more so after he got sick. So when you're the high point of public attention and the public eye, at some page you just say, I need my time now.
Yeah.
Now, you did a show on Sky Network. You were hosting a show called After Dark.
Yes,
what was that all about? After Dark.
It was. It went into pubs and clubs, and it was naughty but nice. So we could show R-rated videos. Ooh. And I think eventually, and there are some. They're not X-rated.
Girls on
film. Duran
Duran. That was my
Very
favorite.
naughty.
Erect nipple. Yeah,
that's
Roxanne,
it. Yeah. It must have been cold.
Yes, it was very.
So we were able to. We were able to. No, appreciate it. We were able to do those, and because they were, I think it was maybe went to air 9 till 11 or something at night. My first co-host was Debbie Newsom, and I had a couple of girls. So we would sit in the studio, we'd play those tapes, and then eventually we would have comedy. American comedy would come in. That was a little bit blue, but not over the top. Yeah. And it used to get packed audiences into pubs and clubs on a Tuesday night because nothing else to be there. I think we did that for about 2 years. It was good.
Yeah,
I'm too scared to ask you.
Don't be.
Flashes and Rock and Roll Circus.
Yeah. Flashes was 76, 77 on ABC at 5 o'clock live.
What was that?
It was a magazine program, but based on music. So it was all the latest.
Flash. You weren't flashing or anything like that.
I was just being flashies. 77, lots of satin jackets, like that.
Oh, yes. I said about the satin shirts.
Yeah. Monday to Friday at 5 o'clock live across the nation. There's a few clips of those, I think, on YouTube as well. And they quite often show some on Rage as well. But again, live television, nobody keeps any copies. You're off to the next day. I mean, it's the same with much of what we've produced over the years. You go back, Billy Thorpe had a program, Johnny O'Keefe, rock around the clock, and the powers of the station didn't see that it had any cultural or value to our history, because we know it does.
Running out of time.
Yeah, that's okay. Keep going. Fire away. I'll stop talking.
Oh, no, don't, because I was going to ask you about the Rock and Roll Circus, but it's saying here we're running out of time.
It's all right.
Yeah. So the Rock and Roll Circus.
Produced by Johnny Young out of Channel 10 in Melbourne. It ran at the same time as Flashes. So I was on the ABC at 5 o'clock and I was on Channel 10 at 5 o'clock doing half-hour music. Great.
You must be loaded. You must be loaded.
Look at these pockets. Well, as long as we've got this government,
you were always on the best TV programs, always on the best TV shows, always had the best clothes, best hair.
Just blessed. I mean, you can be in the right place at the right time. They say the harder you work, the luckier you get, and I would like to think that was some of it. But I have no regrets about my musical journey or TV. I consider myself very lucky, and as I say, along the way, people that I idolized became friends and still friends. Yeah. So life's good. I'm healthy. I'm happily married. My daughter's singing a storm. Have a listen to Casey. And you might want to even have a chat with her. She's just sensational talent.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Went to Nashville and did her first album there.
Wow.
And if you Google her, because she was in High Five, she's friggin'
Casey Burgess, yeah.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah,
do that.
If
you want to chat with her, she's very chatty, and and again has done a lot over a 25-year career as well. So
any chance of a duet?
Well, she does a lot of gigs up here in Sydney, particularly around. See, it's all downturn. You get a lot. Be in Melbourne the same. A lot of corner pubs with music every weekend. And she does 2 or 3 of those. And I said she just had her first child, so she wasn't doing it for a while. But I'd go along and have a sing with her. I do some stuff with Johnson Peters in Melbourne occasionally.
Oh, Johnny LaPiccolo.
Johnny LaPiccolo. He's an old mate. Yeah, have a look at a thing called Legends of the Southern Land.
Oh, that was Normie Rowe and Johnny Swanee.
It's Swanee. Johnny LaPiccolo, me, Swanee, Marty Roan, and Tommy Emmanuel.
Tommy Emmanuel on guitar.
Tommy Emmanuel.
Yeah.
Tommy Emmanuel, yeah, very good. It's good, yeah.
And he mixed with the big ones.
Yeah, I know. That's mad.
Well,
can't take too much.
We've got to wrap it up.
That's right,
can I say fuck? You're a fucking legend, mate. That was awesome. Sorry. That was
no.
Great. Like, you met all my idols. Graham Kennedy. I love Graham Kennedy.
Yeah. He was a fantastic bloke.
Gray and Stuart Wagstaff. Yeah.
It was a great time. Great time to be working and to be making music. I'm fantastic. And it's not the same.
It was a good time
now. So much harder. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Mate, keep doing the good stuff. Keep chatting to people, and there's not areas that people can get their shit out there these days. So if I can help you with any contacts, I'm happy to do it.
Beautiful. Calling you. Don't worry.
We're gonna wrap up. Don't hang up. Don't
hang up. We're just going to wrap up the show.
We've got some prizes for you. So don't hang up.
Yeah. Oh, really? I can't wait. 4 and 25s.
That was Ray Burgess. A legend, wasn't he?
Oh, yes, very
good. He's a good bloke. Knows lots of people. Unbelievably lots of people.
Like I said, it was a privilege to have him on because, back in the day when we were growing up and learning how to play an instrument or something, or we're trying to get a band, you see posters of him on the wall, Daryl Braithwaite and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. And Daryl Braithwaite beat him in the King of Pop.
Yes, beating 2 years. 2 years in a row beating the King of Pop.
Good that you've been nominated.
Yeah, I know.
When's the last time you've been nominated?
Well, never. Yeah.
Last time you've been nominated was most unemployed person in the Western Suburbs.
That's very funny. Anyway, tell them where you can hear it, and let's get off.
Okay, go. So if you want to like the show or want to subscribe, whatever, just please get on Apple, Spotify, wherever you hear your podcast. And also now a YouTube channel.
Because we're on the look on the camera
every couple of weeks there on our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. And like I always say, there should be more people like Ray Burgess and less people like you, Sabaro.
You're so funny. Anyway, come on, hurry up.
All the time.
Who are you?
Anyway, I'm Tony Shumps, Ralph Nardin.
And I'm Dominic Antonio Top Butter.
And we'll see you next time on
Shumps.